anyone can pick up the phone and call up a venue and book it if you've got the money to throw the deposit down or whatever. Our thing is, it really is all about how do we make these people enjoy the content in whatever medium these guys are posting.
But it's also the fact that you've had the experience as Josh Wade and Cunny and these characters that you've created online in your own right. So just going to that point, you have that experience, whereas a lot of people don't, I would say.
Oh, I guess I wouldn't say it was a mistake. I didn't know that that's where it was going to lead me, and I'm very lucky that Sam and I met, and that this is where it was always meant to go.
Yeah. You said that for a while. I remember you said that for a while, that you wanted to help other talent, help other people, make themselves.
Well, Sam and I just get to live vicariously through it. There's a lot of there's a lot of comedians that say shit that I was like, I would never say that, but I love that you can do it for me. So that's the fun part of it, is everyone, you're working with all these different people, and all these people have different ideas, and everyone wants different things, and for us it's like, how do you make that, how do you make it happen for them?
What do you tell, like, if you were to say to the audience, this is what Verve is, Verve Network, entertainment, merch. How do you explain it to people? If you're sitting on the airplane and someone asks you, what do you do?
I think the way I look at it is like, we're the Virgin of entertainment.
Okay.
Virgin, the holding company, is just Virgin, but they've got a lot of other things underneath.
Yeah.
Obviously, Virgin is, I think it's quite jumbled because it's just all over the place. It's just a general holding company, but we are essentially the Virgin of entertainment, where any business that falls under entertainment, we will have.
Yeah.
And we see that we fit into the perfect axis between entertainment and technology. And I think that's where the world's going. I think we see it with Netflix, with all those different things. So, that's where we're native. That's our home. We're not a business that went from one medium and then we're transitioning into the digital age. And this is where we started. So for us, it's exciting because it means that, well, at least with the digital side of things, we've got at least a good 30, 40 years in the bag. That's where it's going to be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the bulk of what you do at the moment is managing talent, doing events, doing merch for that talent as well. Some content as well.
Yeah, for sure. So we have our first couple of specials coming out fairly soon that we've produced ourselves, and we've got a great team.
We're just about to launch a new company called Verve Pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people will, the exciting part for us with that is because a lot of these guys, they haven't been on TV, they haven't had radio time, they haven't had those sorts of, boxes ticked. It's very hard for them to get funding, and it's very hard for them to do anything the way that people, think that you have to do it. And I don't think anyone's done it right. And I think that we have done it right. And I think that very soon people will look at it and go, nice. That's cool. There's going to be probably people that think it's shit and whatever, but, fucking do it better and we'll see how we go. But, we really want to get into that long-form content creation, and that's where we see the mediums going, and finding out ways that we can produce that ourselves and with the talent, so that they can continue to build different revenue streams for themselves. We've always referred to ourselves not as talent managers but as business partners with these people. Each talent is a different brand. It's like Starbucks, and we have a percentage in that store that we have an obligation to fulfill, and that percentage only becomes better if they have more revenue streams and they treat it like a business. So what works for us is working with people that can also treat themselves as a business,
right?
Because we've only got a percentage in it. We don't own the whole thing,
And so you've been doing a lot of live events. You just spoke about the pictures. Mm-hmm. What are you most excited about over the next year? Like, what are you looking at in particular? Is it that point that you made about the specials? Is it...
I think that's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
We're trying to revolutionize the way that consumers consume long-form content and how creators can actually make money from it.
Yeah, I think because I mean, and this came about back when I was doing comedy. I was never the best comedian at all, but I gave it a crack.
You were one of the better ones.
I gave it a crack. There were so many ideas and things that I wanted to do, but the constant chat with management and all those different things was, okay, well, we can try and take it here, or they're not funding it, and it was this constant, like, it was out of my control. And again, that's a real pet peeve.
Yeah. Someone comes to you, comedian comes to you and says, I want to do this. And what will often happen is the agent will say, okay, I'll reach out to Channel 9, Channel 7, whatever.
We'll take it to Screen Australia, see if they can get some. They've got a funding thing coming up for YouTubers with Google and da-da-da.
It's like a Hail Mary type thing most of the time.
And you end up sitting around just waiting for it, and it never comes. It'll never come.
No. And it's been like that for a long time as well.
Like, it's only ever been like that.
Yeah.
And it's been like that with television as well. The cool part about, obviously, digital content is and where it's going. You know, you look at people like Joe Rogan and Chris D'Elia and all these other comedians and that have the podcast, that they have their live events. You know, Joe's doing the UFC. He had Fear Factor. You know, he's crossing all these different verticals of pop culture. Now, I mean, if people could understand how much money that guy is making,
it's fun.
I think people would be sick, because he owns all the IP to everything. He owns all of that. And, you know, when that guy can do, you know, $150 tickets, $200 tickets at 5,000 seats back to back, 10,000 seats in a night, and just do that whenever he feels like it, and then come and smoke weed in a studio with Elon Musk, that guy is the new Ellen.
Yeah, he is.
That guy just took Ellen's spot and Oprah's spot and just shit on it.
He's the biggest show on the internet.
And he would have gone through the exact same. He's the biggest show in the world.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
But that's what I mean, though. Like, he is the biggest show, you know?
And that guy just walked around the gate and just built his own castle and built his own compound. And I think we're living in such a good time that everyone can do that now. You know, if you want to do this by yourself and you've got what it takes and whatever, then you can. You all you need is brand. That's the only important thing.